Preview.
I don't think it's even Todd McFarlane by issue 50 anyway.
Do you get kicked out of his own comic?
I don't know. Well, no, actually, in the 90s he went and he created Image Comics, and then they did all their bullshit over there, so he might have left Marvel at this point. I don't know, there was some... They were big enough that they were like... That's why I think it's okay to make fun of them, because, like, people like Rob Liefeld,
Oh, yeah.
like, everyone shits all over him, and then I feel like there's a little bit of that backlash where it's like, this is mean to, like, just shit all over a guy's, like, artistic work and all this stuff. But I think it's worth remembering that this dude made a lot of money. He was writing... He got a write for, like, every single Marvel character. Lots of times he got paid a lot of money. He went and started his own comics and put his own new characters into X-Men. And he was as successful as a comic artist could be. So I think he's alright.
As long as we're not, like, abusing him online, like, also we're making fun of it just, like, his shitty art rather than him. It's
just... I'm saying this because I made a joke about Rob Liefeld on Twitter, and then he retweeted me. And it's just...
I'm sure
he was
by
a
this
good
point he's
sport.
used to it.
He was a good sport, and it wasn't even like a... My joke was... It wasn't that mean or anything like that. But he is extremely online. I think he name searches himself a little bit.
I wouldn't if I were him. Do you think as long as, like, passive-aggressive retweets, like Piers Morgan does? Or, like...
Huh?
Sometimes Piers Morgan will, like, retweet one of the things that someone said about him that's really mean, is to go, like, I don't care about this at all. But he's Piers Morgan, so, you know.
Yeah, he definitely cares.
He definitely cares.
No, it's not that level. It's just... It is a bit like laughing, but also fuck the haters at the same time. I don't know.
A little bit. I think if someone did that about the podcast, I'd probably retweet it as well.
Yeah, but, like, you're not, like, reflective of, like, a regular human being.
No, that's true. I was drawn by Rob Liefeld, that's why.
I was wondering what the fuck was wrong with your feet. Why do you have all these pouches? What the fuck do you put in these pouches?
You gotta just stop.
You've got a phone, a laptop. What else do you need?
But what if I want to put it in a different pouch? I don't like the pouches in right now. I want to, like, change it around so I never know what my phone is on me.
Just going into the office with grenades on you.
You never know, man. You know I'm very sensitive about my pouches. Okay?
You've got a gun that's bigger than your legs.
My legs are super, like, freakishly huge, so no.
Yeah, he's got a cyborg arm and some cybernetic virus and a red eye.
My chest is pushing out the microphone right now, just because it's so large for no reason.
Yeah, your name might be, like, a fairly normal name, but your alter ego is, like, fuck kill.
Kill fucker.
Yeah, kill fucker.
Oh,
anyway... If only there were some smooth transitions into this episode. Something about Rob Liefeld made Cable and Deadpool, who are X-people.
X-people are part of the Marvel series. But do you know what the first Marvel series was?
What?
It was Spider-Man. And did you know there was a cartoon about Spider-Man in the 90s?
I mean, Spider-Man isn't the first Marvel series.
He's like... No, it was Stan Lee's first one, wasn't he?
I don't think so. I think that was Fantastic Four.
Fuck! That was a good segue.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just...
I could have just, like...
You could have gone from
through.
X-people to X-people, as are the X-people in this episode.
Oh, yeah! Of course, yeah. Episode of what, you ask, dear listener? Of that 90s Spider-Man show, where we go through episodes of Spider-Man the Animated Series, episode by episode. This time around at Season 2, Episode 4, The Mutant Agenda. My name's Henry, and this is Jack.
Hi.
Thanks for tuning in.
I like that you make sure to specify not that it's Spider-Man the Animated Series, which is the series we're watching, but that it's that 90s Spider-Man show, which is the name of the podcast that they've already clicked on.
You don't know, people have bad memories, man. Like, you might be like, what podcast am I listening to right now? Oh, that's what it is.
People just wake up like Jason Bourne, like on a ship with earphones and like, what the fuck? Oh, it's that 90s Spider-Man show, I get it.
Get on it, Paul Greengrass. Anyway, getting off topic. The topic, of course, being the mutants in this episode of Spider-Man the Animated Series. This episode kind of starts kind of weird, if I'm honest.
And then it continues weirdly.
It kind of ends weirdly too.
Yeah, it's a lot of weird.
It's a bit of a ride, folks. But yeah, let's set sail, shall we?
What's the name of the episode?
The Mutant Agenda.
Ah, did you already say that?
Yeah, I did say that.
Oh, okay. What was the name of this episode?
It was The Mutant Agenda. The
Okay.
Mutant Nightmare, chapter IV. I actually read it this time because I went back and looked for it, and I found it.
Henry was so prematurely pleased with himself to find that it didn't say...
I was so ready to talk some shit.
Yeah, you were like, oh, it didn't say it again, and it turned out he was wrong for the 5th time, which is impossible because
It's only been 4 episodes, but somehow I'm retroactively wrong again.
Yeah.
I will be as well. Anyway, so we start off with Spider-Man being kind of terrified because he's found out that he's going to be, well, we assume not human, but it kind of says human in this iteration.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
I don't know
really
what's
weird.
going on with that.
You're changing into something that won't be human.
What's also weird is that, like, this is a whole episode after he said it.
Yeah, so you got the end of episode 2, the big sting is like,
Yeah.
you're turning into something that isn't human, and then Hydra Man turns up and has nothing to do with anything, and then this one he's suddenly freaking out about
Yeah.
not being human.
It's like at the end of episode 2, he was like, I'm not going to be human. Oh shit, I should go fuck now. And he does that for an episode.
Yeah, it is weird. He's definitely having like a complete crisis, but he just decided not to have it for like a few days.
It just like, took a while to settle in.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the episode of The Simpsons where he finds out Marge is pregnant. And he's just like, she's like giving all this hint. She's like, oh yeah, that's interesting. And then someone like kind of goes like, hey Homer, get you with the bowling alley today. And he's like, Marge is pregnant?
It's funny that you said that because I first jumped to another Simpsons reference, but it wasn't the same one.
Oh shit, which was yours?
It's when Lenny calls Homer slow during a poker game.
Oh, yeah.
And he only realizes he said it like hours later, and it's like the lights have gone off, and then Mo's like, "You're still here."
How dare you? Oh shit, you're still here. He's like, wait, did you just call me slow? And Homer was like, get out of my house.
Hey, don't yell at Homer, just because he's a little slow.
Something was said. Not good. What was it? Don't yell at Homer! No, that's okay. What was it? Slow! They called you slow! How dare you call me that?
Hey, Homer, you still here? Boy, you are slow.
Something said. Not good.
Get the hell out of here!
So yeah, Spider-Man is swinging around, and we don't know where he's going, but he's going towards somebody's house. I don't know what's happening, but at some point he lands on the roof.
He heads there going like, I'm going to like speak to this expert.
Yeah, or like mutation.
Yeah.
And you kind of know what he's talking about. If you don't, you will soon. At some point, he's on the roof and he ends up in a straitjacket in a room.
Yeah.
And,
I feel like you need to explain that a little bit more.
well, yeah, like...
Giant claw comes out
Yeah.
and wraps around him and then detaches and leaves him in a metal straitjacket and drops him down the chimney
Yeah.
into a room.
like a crazed Santa. He kind of shows up, and my favourite part about this sequence is Spider-Man is acting like he's done nothing wrong. But in fact, if he's broken into these people's house.
At the same time, he is kind of like, it's like a forced, they force him to break in.
Yeah.
Like, he turns up, I guess he's trespassing, but
He
they're
is
like,
trespassing.
they're like, get in our house, and then once he's in the house, they're like,
Why are you here? Well, and he's kind of like, to be fair, he's not being very, very helpful at all. He kind of just breaks out and he runs off.
also,
He webs up all
he
the-
could just knock on the front door. He does have, he
That's
just
the
need-
big thing. He doesn't need to do any of this shit.
I think he's just so used to going in and out of windows that he's kind of lost the sense of other people's privacy.
He needs this guy's help, and he's climbing through his window at like 2 a.m.
On a stormy night, just
Yeah.
to be extra creepy.
Yeah, and he's like, and he looks surprised that they're upset with him. Them being in this case, the X-Men, because obviously it's the X-Men.
Yeah.
And Wolverine's pissed off. He's like, "Why are you here, bub?"
It's interesting that the thing that took me by surprise, and I guess it makes sense as a cross-promotional thing, because these are the X-Men from X-Men the Animated Series.
Yes.
It is a cinematic universe that isn't in the cinema. A televisual universe.
A televisual universe.
Of course, all the X-Men are there, and Spider-Man doesn't know who the fuck they are.
No.
Which
Again.
kind of leads them to sort of like be like, oh, we're the X-Men, and to introduce them and all
Yeah.
this stuff. But also just, you think from his point of view, he's going to speak to just some boring ass professor, and then instead he ends up wrapped up in a metal straitjacket with like loads of very strangely dressed, superpowered people
Yeah.
all yelling at him.
To be fair, he could have knocked the door. That's my counter argument.
I guess this is the worst case scenario for not knocking on a door.
This is why you knock.
Just a guy like in a yellow leotard just like pops knives out of his hands.
This should have been an episode of Arrested Development. Like, Wolverine just chopped off this guy's arm. That's why you knock on the door.
I mean, Wolverine immediately threatens to murder him.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man breaks out, runs away, and he ends up in this room.
Well, first of all, they all chased him down this hallway while the X-Men the Animated Series theme tune plays.
Oh, yeah.
Which I kind of love.
It was kind of excellent.
Stop him! Whoa, close.
I think it's as good a theme song, if not better theme song than the Spider-Man one.
I think it's better.
Yeah, but this is a podcast about Spider-Man. I want to be true to Spider-Man, you know? I don't want to be like, sorry, baby. I like this theme song better.
Sorry, baby.
Yeah, sorry, baby. Anyway. With the backdrop of the theme tune in his head, he runs into a room, it kind of shuts it behind him, and he's in a weird, like, virtual reality room, which you soon find out is the practice room.
The danger room.
The danger room, as they say.
Yeah,
And
a completely normal thing for a school to have.
of course, don't you have a danger room in your school?
Yeah, and then also Gambit, who was there, by the way.
Oh, do you know, like, was it just me? Did he sound like Foghorn Leghorn through this entire thing?
That's the Gambit voice, man.
Is that how it meant to sound?
It's not.
Do you mean Cajun?
Cajun, yeah.
Was that what Cajun? It sounded more like Texan to me.
That's more like Rogue. Rogue's the Southern Belle.
She's Southern, but like I don't know, he sounded very like Foghorn Leghorn to me.
Either way, Gambit.
I'll say there's a Sentinels in there.
He sounded nothing like that.
He did.
Oh,
I just imagine Foghorn Leghorn through this entire episode.
Bad news. I was in there practicing. I left it on.
What program was running?
Deadly Sentinels.
Well, either way,
Southern accents aside.
Gambit also just like remarks like, "Oh no, I left the danger room on."
Yeah.
Which seems like a fucking awful idea.
Get your shit together, Gambit. You live in a house.
Yeah, that's like leaving the oven on times 1,000.
Yeah. There's a rota for that. Like, make sure you clean the danger room.
Oh no, I left the room on that shoots lasers and blows up and shoots knives at you and it's on fire constantly.
Gambit, our electricity bill's gonna be off the roof today.
The danger room is one of those concepts which I always loved as a kid from like the X-Men cartoons and stuff, but like the more you think of it, just the less it makes sense.
It makes no sense.
On no level, like on a physical, like how does this work? But then also on a why would Professor Xavier build this in a place that's meant to be about housing, supporting, and educating?
Effectively an orphanage.
Yeah, and it's like I guess it's like a self-defense thing, but it's like a pretty extreme self-defense.
It's pretty wild. Like imagine like an architect going like, yeah, this is where the danger room's gonna be.
Imagine if you're a mutant, you go to this place because you're like, you know, I've got nowhere else to go. I've got people are like racist against me wherever I go, and you turn up in this place and they're like, you need to learn some self-defense, and you're thinking that's good because I've had a lot of people be violent towards me because I'm a mutant, and then you get put in this room and it's like,
yep, plugged into the Matrix.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, and this is what happens if aliens attack. This is what happens if you get launched into space and you can't breathe, and there's a dragon there and it's shooting fire at your face, and you're like, why would I join up with this team? I came here to be safe.
Why would I need to learn that? You were like, no, I'm gonna go now.
And then Professor X is like, oh, sorry, I'm gonna leave now because I'm betrothed to this alien queen.
Yeah.
And then disappears. The X-Men are fucking crazy as shit.
Oh, that's an actual plot you're referencing.
Oh, yeah. I think it even happens in a cartoon. There's a lot of weird shit with X-Men.
Oh, God.
It's so... I've never really got into loads of X-Men comics. I have read them, but I never got really deep into it because there's so many, and you think how bonkers like Spider-Man gets, and that's just one character. Imagine if every character had a clone saga.
Oh my god!
You know, because they've all like died and come back to life. You know,
Jean Grey's died multiple times.
Oh yeah, she's died like 5 times, I think.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not exaggerating. I think it's 5 times.
That doesn't surprise me.
I know Colossus has died. Wolverine. He died recently, actually. I think he's still dead. There's all this kind of shit. And then there's also, like, the melodrama, like the soap opera shit.
Yeah, all the family shit that happens when you put so many people in
Yeah,
the same
like, oh
house.
no, Mystique is Nightcrawler's mum.
Oh no, Gambit left the danger room on.
Which brings us back to this episode.
So yeah, Spider-Man is in this room and he's like, what the fuck is this? And Gambit reveals he left it on the Sentinel setting, which is the worst setting to have.
Yeah, the giant robot setting.
Yeah. So Spider-Man fights those guys for a while. He kind of holds his own for a little bit, which is interesting. But eventually they kind of like outmatch him. He's about to be killed by these things, or so he thinks.
Yeah.
And then the X-Men come along and they kind of like do their thing.
And Storm takes him out with the power of lightning.
Yeah, she does a lot of fucking lightning in this.
Which leads to the best line, which is her doing her grand summoning of the power, going, "Spirits of wind and conquering storms, give me the power of lightning." And then Spider-Man's just like, "Power of web shooters, get real sticky."
And he doesn't even fire them.
Yeah, he's just like he's just like this admittance of like, I'm in a complete stupid scenario.
I'm in over my head here. This
Yeah.
is insane.
His instinct just to make fun of the person who, directly after they save him.
You just saved my life, but in a really funny way. So, also, there's lots of good lines in this episode. FYI, we're not very far through it.
Power of web shooters! Get real sticky!
Eventually, Spider-Man kind of escapes with his life, and that's when we meet Jean Grey. But most importantly, Professor X. And he kind of like goes to Professor X, well, Charles Xavier really, and he says to him, "Hey, like, I might be mutating." And the funny part about this for me is that Spider-Man is in a room full of mutants, and he's going like, "Get this disgusting thing off of me! Oh my god, I'm so sick of it!" And like Professor X is like, "Well, here we kind of try to accept our mutants." And he's like, "No, this is the worst thing ever."
He also doesn't like. We know. I mean, a lot of people might know what is in store for Spider-Man with his mutation.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know. He just knows that he might be turned to something that's not human.
Yeah.
He could like. His mutation could be. He gets a really strong sense of smell.
Yeah.
You know, he is going like, I don't want to be disgusting like mutants, but you guys are cool though. Not you guys. I
Yeah.
meant the other mutants.
Yeah, you're not like other mutants, you know.
I mean, it's just so irritating, the level of...
Yeah, I don't even think of you as a mutant, really.
Some of my best friends are mutants. And then, of course, Wolverine is like, "Mutie, please."
Yeah, please. And Spider-Man is like, hang on, my own kind now. He's kind of pissed off because they refuse to, like, hate themselves, I guess. He kind of swings away like, "I guess you guys want to, like, cure me or whatever from your disgusting disease."
Yeah, so I'm going to have to sort out on my own.
Yeah.
This, I think, is interesting because that whole scene plays out exactly like this kind of thing would in a Stan Lee comic in the early Spider-Man days. Like the Steve Ditko version of Spider-Man and Peter Parker, where he kind of expects the worst of everyone.
Yeah.
So he assumes that they have bad intentions. It's like, well, fuck you, you're not helping me, you hate me, so I'm gonna leave and be on my own. Some people are like, well, fuck that guy, and then others are like, oh no, like he misunderstands, he thinks we hate him.
And some people are like, he's clearly a teenager having a tantrum.
Yeah, and this is exactly the dynamic here, because he leaves like, oh, well, if you're not going to help me, then fuck you, which is like the worst thing to say to people that you want to help you.
Yeah.
But also, of course, like Wolverine is like, well,
yeah, fuck that dude.
Can I go murder him? And then Professor X is like, no, stop trying to murder people.
Go to the danger room.
And Wolverine's like, I have knife hands. If I'm not fighting robots, what the fuck am I meant to do?
All your bread is cut now, so I've got nothing to do now.
Yeah, I've been chopping up this salami all day.
I want to kill some real meat. But yeah, like, while you said some people just are like, fuck Spider-Man, some people kind of take, like, sympathy with him. And that's what Beast does. So he's like, yeah, like, he's quickly going through some shit. And he goes after Spider-Man to try and, like, help him. And Wolverine's like, don't do that shit. Let him figure it out on his own. But Beast is like, you know what? You don't know me at all, do you, Wolverine?
I love Beast.
Beast is such a great character.
I haven't read a lot of X-Men, but I always liked him in that, and we didn't really get much of him. Well, we did get a decent amount of him in the movies, but not
He's
the
played
kind
by
of...
Kelsey Grammer.
Huh?
He's played by Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer's a really fucking good choice, actually. It's a weird choice, I
Yeah.
think, but it's a
Like
good
a
choice.
Frasier Beast. It's like,
Because
it shouldn't work.
he is like this kind of like intellectual, like...
Yeah.
kind of a little bit snobby guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's I just really like his character in this, and I really as soon as this conversation happened between him and Wolverine, it made me want to read X-Men comics. It made me want to
see that dynamic a bit more.
Yeah, made me want to go back and watch X-Men the animated series, actually, because I don't know, the team dynamic in the X-Men is just really fucking good when you get it right.
It's the USP, I think, of the series, when it all kind of comes together.
I think the problem with X-Men is that their own bullshit storylines are so convoluted that it kind of ends up defeating itself a bit.
Yeah.
But I think there's like this golden era of like X-Men comics which are meant to be kind of like unassailable, and I probably will read them one day once I
power through the Clone Saga.
Yeah, maybe when I've read every single Spider-Man comic.
If that day ever comes.
To be fair, what have I done? I've read, I'd say, like probably half of the comics between 2005 and 2010.
Okay.
And then like all of the comics 2010 onwards. All of the comics from 1963 to 1994.
That's a fair amount. And you did it in like a year and a half?
Yeah, some of them I'd already read. No one's going to get me to read Maximum Carnage again. Fuck that noise.
Fuck that noise.
Oh shit, what if I have to do it for this podcast?
Oh god, I can't wait for that comic book origin.
I'm not even gonna let you interject. I'm just gonna be like, and then Demo Goblin turned up and shot his demon fire glider into the Punisher, who hit into Captain America, and then Iron Fist punched Doppelganger in the face. And you'll just have to deal with it.
I just have to deal with that in the same sentence. Did that actually happen, or are you just making a joke?
I don't know if exactly that sequence of events happened, but all those characters are in it.
Oh, brilliant. We should probably press on, because we're not even like... We're in scene 1 of this episode, so we should probably... So, scene 2, we kind of cut to a warehouse where a mysterious man walks in with a watch, but most importantly, a briefcase. We don't know what's in the briefcase, and we kind of see him, like, approach a shadowy figure. But then he starts to talk, and you're like, oh shit, it's my nemesis, the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, it's Luke Skywalker.
It's the Joker. It's Mark Hamill, folks. He's back. He's alive. We don't know where he went, but he's back. And he kind of takes this briefcase, and he implies there's money in it, with another excellent line from this episode. I want to be alone with all my favourite presidents. Which sounds like something like a rapper would say in like the late 90s. It's an excellent line.
Yeah,
like
I mean...
P. Diddy would say that kind of shit.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if there isn't a rapper that have named themselves after Hobgoblin.
There almost definitely
because there's one for like Tony Stark and the Doctor Doom mask for MF Doom and Iron Man played. Well, I already said that, but there's loads of like, for some reason comics became a place like a reference point for rappers in the 90s.
Yeah,
and then I feel like that's kind of stopped now, because now they're just like the biggest pop culture thing, and it's kind of not really a niche reference anymore.
No. I think, there's a whole, like, cultural thing with that and anime as well. Like, rap culture, anime, comics are very... Like, this is a whole tangent we don't really have time to... We could go on this forever, but we should really try and get through this episode. But that's a really good point.
Yeah. How does anime play into mutant culture?
I don't know, but, like...
Do you think they would have, like, their own, like, scene? Because they are a marginalised group of people. They must have their own type of music.
You reckon, like, Beast is into Biggie Smalls or something?
Well, I think like Beast will be making beats. I mean, it is an anagram of his name.
Jesus Christ!
It's not even
a Henry joke.
It's not even a complicated anagram. We're just moving 2 letters.
So it's like
so Beast lays down some beats.
It's Eminem's Beats Feats Beast.
Anyway.
So the unsubscribe button's like right in the top left, so if you wanna... No, it's implied that Hobgoblin is extorting this gentleman with the briefcase, now separated from his briefcase. He kind of walks away, but as he does, this man with the briefcase, formerly with the briefcase, he kind of plays with his watch and blows up the building. So the building is on fire now. He gets in a cab and he talks to Kingpin, who is like, hey, what's going on? How my mutant army coming along? And he's like, yeah, fine. Because apparently Kingpin's been trying to make an army of mutants for some reason.
I mean, yeah.
It's not explained. None of this is explained.
You also mentioned a little graphic we get of the proposed model of this mutant, and he looks like a He-Man character.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
This whole goddamn
and it's just spinning around in this hologram. Like
in the way that the 90s, lots of things did spin around on a hologram.
Yeah.
It's like a Digimon thing.
Very disappointed that we didn't get spinning 3D holograms everywhere.
Oh my god, yeah.
We just got like climate change.
It's not,
Fucking, this is the worst
This
timeline.
is the darkest timeline.
The darkest timeline.
Yeah, we got screwed.
Where's my goblin glider? Why am I just poor?
Why is the economy so fucked?
If the economy's fucked, can we at least get some laser guns?
Can I just be a vampire person as the planet burns?
Yeah, why not? Why does this radiation just slowly kill me?
Why is our president like a flabby kingpin?
I really miss the time when I thought I could get superpowers.
Yeah, it was
You
a really
know?
good time. When
Like-
was that time for you? Like,
It lasted way too long. Like, I remember there being a point when I was like, I know logically I can't get superpowers. That is not a thing. But I was still like, but I bet Peter Parker didn't think he'd get spider powers.
you're just gonna wait.
Yeah, so like maybe I'll be like the first guy, and
Yeah.
I don't know science. Maybe I'll get zapped with some science, and I'll get some powers, and then it just didn't happen.
I mean, I guess it's like funny relationship where like it kind of happens to you when you're least expecting it. You know,
Don't like stir up like hope again in my soul.
you gotta like keep your heart open to having superpowers. You know,
Yeah, it is a.
you deserve to have superpowers. Everyone is inherently worthy of superpowers.
Yeah, is it worth having superpowers? That's the other question. You gotta have a power that means that you have no responsibility, because it would just ruin your life. You feel guilty all the time.
Yeah, as
Like-
we find out repeatedly.
I heard someone the other day saying something about like how healing would be the best power, because you can just like use it to keep yourself and your loved ones healthy.
Yeah.
But then I'd be like, I should be working 24-hour shifts at hospitals all
Yeah.
the time, and if I don't, then I'm a bad person.
You've killed effectively hundreds of
Yeah,
people.
anyone who dies in London, it's my fault.
Yeah.
So that sucks. So no, I'd rather have the
Introducing
power.
the medic.
Yeah, what would a power? Yeah, everyone would be on your case. Like, why don't you go to Afghanistan and help the troops? And you'd be like, I want to watch TV.
I got to this really good episode of Succession. Let me watch.
Yeah,
Oh shit! Like 40 people just died while like complaining about this.
yeah. I think I'd like maybe the power to watch TV and movies without time passing. That would be
I think
alright.
low level like electricity powers.
What's
so I
just
can-
like static shocks?
Yeah, I can charge my phone
Oh yeah, that'll be alright.
and I can like turn on TVs without a remote.
It depends how. It had to be quite low level, because if you're at a certain level where you'll give enough clean energy, then it's your duty
Yeah.
to become a clean energy source.
No, it's like one battery at a time. I can't even fight crime with it. Like I'll just tickle like criminals, which is not what you want to do. Like ooh,
You're gonna tickle criminals?
it's like enough electricity to tickle a criminal, like a static shot every time.
Oh, it's not. You're not going to tickle criminals.
How's that to do with any of my powers? Like
You brought it up. It's not
it's
my
like a
idea.
figure of speech.
Is it? I feel we're like tapping into
This is
some
a-
weird dark
yeah.
thoughts.
I was like go talk to my therapist. Yeah, like, he's gonna be like, okay, we need to like just stop this. This is not. It's clearly not working. You're beyond help.
Yeah. Talking of things that are beyond help, let's get back to this podcast.
Good God.
What are we talking about?
We're talking
We're
about.
talking about the beats that Beast was laying.
That's not even what we're talking about. Talking about like the kingpin, like
Oh yeah,
the
he-
Mutant, like the
he's
spinning
spinning his
thing.
hologram around.
Yeah, we just went on some like glorious tangent. Anyway, yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's going down, and we found out also that Hobgoblin somehow survived all that. He's fine. He's pissed off because he almost died, but he's fine. So we cut to a facility where our man with the briefcase is revealed to be called Langdon.
Yeah.
Herbert Langdon.
Yeah, working for the brand corporation.
Absolutely. And we kind of cut to this like vat of chemicals, and he's like, "It's almost ready. My research should be published, but I have to do one more thing before I do."
And it's not gonna be evil, I swear.
Yeah, definitely not evil. Spoiler alert: he doesn't go to an orphanage, unfortunately.
Yeah, because he works for Disney.
But Disney could definitely work at orphanages. Where do you think they get all their animators from?
Yeah.
Who do you think like populates Disneyland? Orphans.
It's funny to let that die out.
Yeah. So he's swinging around. They're swinging around all these trees, and Beast is following him.
Where is he?
He's in Central Park Jungle, is where he is.
But he seems to be like, I think he's like near where the X-Men are, because they make a reference later that they're not
that far from
that far, and that's in Westchester.
Yeah.
Or at least it is in the comics, which is New York State, but far away from the sea. I don't know where Westchester is.
You're speaking Spanish to a Greek person right now. It's just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't even have the context to know what you're talking about right now.
Wait. I'm gonna quickly Google Maps Westchester, New York, to see how far it is from... I want to know how Spider-Man got here.
Do you remember before this, we were saying how this was we're getting better with each and every time?
Yeah, Henry made really, like, he kept his notes down minimal. Because we were like, let's keep this one a bit shorter. Now, I feel like as soon as you become structured and sensible, I become an insane person.
We'll just be like 4 hours long somehow.
I accidentally looked up how I would get to Westchester by train. Wait, Westchester... Oof.
How's the traffic in Westchester right now?
Okay, well, it's like a 45-minute drive from Manhattan.
Okay.
It's
sure.
It's 30 miles.
That's a long way to swing.
Yeah, presumably maybe he got on a train like he did in episode 5. Are we going to remember episodes like that when we're on like episode 30?
Definitely not. I don't know what we're talking about now.
Yeah, no, it's not episode 5. I got it wrong.
It's episode 1 of season 2.
No, it's not 1. It's 4. Duck Ock.
Oh, yeah.
He gets on the train.
And also episode 10. And also season 2, episode 1. He gets on trains a lot.
Yeah, this is some good knowledge you're dropping.
Yeah.
Almost as good as those beats that Beast is dropping. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Beats by Beast. In collaboration with Dr. Dre.
Beats by Beast. Oh, amazing.
So yeah, Beast catches up with Spider-Man. He's like, yo, do you want to try these headphones out? And Spider-Man's like, no. No, he tells him about the scientist who can help him with his mutations. And Spider-Man takes this information that could help him, and he tells Beast to fuck himself, effectively.
Yeah.
He just swings away. And the price that Beast has to pay for that kindness and empathy is to get shocked the fuck out. Yeah. So he kind of is approached by these soldiers who've spied Spider-Man and Beast kind of bickering. And I'm assuming they're with Herbert Langdon because they capture him. And they kind of use these weird, like, rope gun electricity things. I don't know what's going on there, but they're really cool. Long story short, Beast gets captured, which is not what you want. Spider-Man is, like, being a dick through this entire episode, I should add at this point. And he's continuing his form by watching Mary Jane through her window, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This kind of thing, like, happens in the comics, but it's usually, like... It makes way more sense when it's, like, they live together, and Spider's, like, looking through the window at Mary Jane, and he's like... Oh, I'd love to be with you tonight, but I have to do Spider-Man shit.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. But when you're like off and on dating someone and it's not really a thing yet and they don't know you're Spider-Man and you're just looking through the window.
Yeah.
It's also like on her bed, like reading. It's not like she's moving around a house. It's like she's intimate, she's in her room.
She might like pick her nose or something like that. She doesn't know anyone's watching her.
Yeah.
It's a bit like going on like 2 dates with someone and going on their Facebook profile. It's like, no, that's the level of intimacy you don't really get to have at this point. And Spider-Man's watching her through like a...
Well, it's like going on there like... what's it called?
Come on, let's...
I was going to make a joke about reading someone else's fan fiction, but I couldn't remember the name of any fan fiction site.
There's one called fanfiction.net.
See, I couldn't remember the net. I want to say fanfiction.com and sound like a jackass.
Oh, Jesus. The whole, like, through line of this is like, oh, I should probably leave before, like, my loved ones find out. They don't want to see me as a mutant. They'd rather just me disappear without any kind of warning.
He's being so melodramatic. Nothing has happened to him.
He's being a bitch. He's being a proper bitch. And he almost goes through it as well. He kind of, like, watches Aunt May sleep as well, and he's like, bye, Aunt May.
Yeah. And then he's attacked by the ghost of Uncle Ben.
Again. And he, like, looks at this frame painting of Uncle Ben that he just has on his wall. And... honestly, like, if I was Spider-Man, I would have, like, these, like, Uncle Ben portraits all over my house. It would stop me from doing anything bad. Like,
yeah.
You're in your room, you're like, oh, I should watch some pornography. Oh, Uncle Ben is watching. I should go jump instead.
I will say that he has a quick memory of Uncle Ben where they're fishing and teaching him a lesson, and then he also has, like, a vision of Uncle Ben, like, telling him not to give up or whatever.
Yeah.
And... it's so, like, quick and out of nowhere that it shouldn't work, but it actually kind of moved me.
Wow.
Really?
I was like, this is some crazy shit.
It's just like, it's very like rushed, but I don't know why. There's something about the Uncle Ben thing. It just like,
I understand the sentiment, but they can't just go like, oh yeah, Uncle Ben's here. Like,
it's very shoehorned in. But,
it's super shoehorned in.
But one thing I will say that made me kind of like laugh, despite also being like emotionally moved by it, is the fact that I was thinking when Uncle Ben said all this stuff about don't give up and what was it like, luck is just a combination of confidence, opportunity, and being prepared.
Yeah,
which is actually quite good advice.
It's excellent advice.
And all this stuff, I was like, I'm sure Uncle Ben meant all this. This is really good advice. But Uncle Ben didn't know that you were going to become a spider person and you were going to be mutating and fighting X-Men and being chased by people with laser guns and hobgoblins. His advice might differ a bit. He might be like, whoa, that's fucked, son.
For me, it's funnier if he does know that's going to happen. He's like, Peter, one day you're going to be fighting a man in a goblin costume as he throws bombs at you. And you need to know to dodge those bombs.
It's like that.
One day I'm going to get shot on the street and it's going to be your fault.
Is that in that Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episode where Homer goes back in time and he's like, oh, what was the advice my dad gave me on my wedding day? And he's like, if you go back in time, don't step on anything. It's just like the most relevant information ever.
In a completely like nonsensical context. So yeah. Is this random advice from Uncle Ben based on a painting or a photo? I don't know at this point. That kind of inspires him to carry on.
Yeah.
And so he tries to keep fighting for the answer to his mutation problem. Cut back to the X-Mansion where Gambit is flying around Jubilee and she's getting like airsick.
Gambit is flying around Jubilee?
In a plane, yeah.
You mean Cyclops is...
Cyclops not Gambit, Cyclops.
Yeah, and Cyclops isn't flying around Jubilee. They're both in the...
Yeah, he's flying her around, I mean.
Yeah, you said back at the mansion.
Oh.
Back at the mansion, Gambit is flying around Jubilee.
Just cut this entire exchange.
I'm keeping it in.
Good God. The most important thing to know is that Wolverine is asking where Beast is, and no one knows, because Beast has been captured, but Wolverine doesn't know this.
Yeah, but Cyclops is doing donuts in their jet, what's it called, the Blackbird, I think?
The Blackbird.
Yeah, and he's like doing loop-de-loops in it he's constantly flying it upside down.
Yeah.
Fair to him, it's kind of
I'd
what
show
you
off
do.
there. But Jubilee's like, I feel sick, and he's like, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna put this motherfucker upside down.
Yeah.
And you don't see the pool of like puke which is like floating just off frame. But there is one. We find out that Beast is missing. So Wolverine goes all Scooby-Doo on him.
One thing I'd say to know about this, that we've got a lot of good Wolverine stuff in the movies, but one thing I think that is interesting we never really got is that you have like a loner like Wolverine joining a group of people where he can be accepted, and obviously like happens in the movies, he kind of bristles against it.
Yeah.
But he actually, in the comics and in that series, he becomes a part of it, and he becomes like fiercely defensive of them.
Yeah.
And he still has that gruff, angry violence to him, but he kind of directs at anyone who might harm his new family. And I think that's a really cool part of Wolverine, that in the movies, he like immediately has the hots for Jean, and it's just a bit aggressive. And that's it.
Aggressive.
And he hates Cyclops because Cyclops is a bit of a jerk and also is dating someone he likes.
Yeah.
And then he kind of gets on with Rogue, but then forgets about her after like a couple of movies.
Yeah.
And then
apart from that, he doesn't really like. He's not really a team player. He's mostly like trying to be the leader.
He's kind of having his own shit go on. To be honest, like, the only one I can think of him properly being part of the X-Men team is like X-Men 3, which I can't even remember anything about that movie.
Yeah, you're probably good at that way.
Yeah.
And most of that movie is like him realizing that Cyclops is dead and him trying to fuck. Oh, Cyclops is dead, you say? He's like that one guy that like your a girlfriend knows. Like, yeah, he's just my friend, but you know that like he's secretly into her.
You know what I just realised?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say what it is in case I'm spoiling this for someone.
Yeah.
Do you know X-Men 3 is just the end of Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones just remade the ending of X-Men 3.
The mountainous juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like a boss-led version of what you used to.
Yeah, I mean...
Wow, this is a whole other segue we need to like re-explore at some point, because they are weirdly similar.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a trope of like female characters not being able to handle power.
Yeah. Which
it turns them into flying dragon Hitler.
Yeah. They're gonna burn everything you love if you get augment any kind of power.
Burn the children.
Burn the children, burn them all. Yeah, kill old men. Which both of them actually do too. I've lost where I am. Okay.
But I think Hank McCoy, aka Beast, was laying down some beats. That's what
he was doing.
You ever notice how Beast is wearing a thong for this entire episode?
I think it's just the X-Men thong that he has.
It's really distracting. He could wear clothes. He's not the Hulk.
Maybe he's just hot in them.
He's not the Hulk, and he's not the Thing. Clothes would fit him. He's just a big guy. And
even then, he doesn't need a banana hammock, you know?
Yeah, it's really... To be fair, actually, I guess he's got fur. Like, we don't expect dogs to wear clothes.
We put dogs in more clothes than Beast is wearing now. Dogs have been in more clothes than that.
Yeah, I guess we see dogs wearing stuff now.
But like a nice, like, I don't know, like flowing dress or something.
I guess it is uncomfortable because you'd be like, around the house, you'd be like, can you put some clothes on? This is gross. But then also like, you have a different biology to me. You're covered in fur. That must be really hot.
But even so, why would you pick the most uncomfortable looking banana hammock in history? Why like a nice, like, flowing boxers? You don't need like the tightest, like, leather banana hammock.
Yeah.
It's just impractical.
He's showing off.
He's definitely showing off. Hey, X-Men, look at my giant beast dog. Logan, my eyes are up here.
Anyway.
Good God.
Why did you go on that weird tangent?
I don't know. It just came to my head.
I said that as a joke because it was my tangent and you just assumed it was yours.
I just set upon it. Like, I don't know. It just something.
You're just thinking about that beast dong.
Yeah.
Can't get out of your brain.
Yeah, stupid sexy beast. Okay.
Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
He's wearing almost nothing at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Wolverine, he's looking for Beast. He's going full Scooby-Doo. He's just sniffing the ground like... Uh-oh. And he kind of smells Beast, and he smells Spider-Man. And he smells some really bad guys, which...
Yeah. I smell evil and a sweaty beast dong.
Ooh, that sweaty beast ball sweat.
That's our episode title.
Oh, God.
I feel like we're at the start of the show all over again.
This is a goddamn train wreck.
But I'm the Henry.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it took me this long to kind of have my effect on you.
It's like a Freaky Friday mind swap.
Yeah. Okay, so Wolverine is immediately like, Spider-Man's behind this. I'm gonna go find him. And he kind of goes off. Cut to the Mutant convention where Spider-Man is talking with a random person. And I think her name is Cecily, according to the notes for this.
Oh yeah, racist Cecily.
Racist Cecily.
She just keeps dropping the M bomb.
Yeah.
And I'm saying M.
M bomb, yeah.
Like M for mutant.
Yeah.
Because mutie is the...
That's the N word for mutants.
Yeah, it's like... It's like saying boomer.
Yeah, okay. Okay, mutie.
Oh, that feels kind of... There's something really weird about the word... Saying the word mutie out loud, because it's like a fictional slur.
Yeah.
And it's used like in this cartoon, but it is effectively like a slur for a marginalized group of people. But
it's not a real person.
I feel like I'm actually saying a slur.
It's racist gobbledygook. It's insane. Like,
it just feels fucked up that they got that in, and it's just become normal, and now I am saying it.
It's a clear analog for that. You're like, you shouldn't be able to get away with that. Like, you can't just make up a new racial slur and go, well, it's not your racial slur, so you can't be offended by it. You know?
Well, it's not. At least it's not like they're not like saying that to like
an actual group of people.
They're not. Yeah, they're not saying that to black people. They're saying that to blue people.
Yeah, blue lives matter, man. Oh, that's already a thing. Shit.
Blue and furry lives matter. Furry lives matter.
That's also a different thing.
All right, let's get back on track. Keep derailing us. God damn it. So she drops the M-bomb.
She drops the M-bomb, and Peter's like, you're a racist, but he runs away. He's very rude to her.
I just imagine that actually being dialogue in the show. She drops out, you racist bitch, and
Just walked away. So basically what he does.
I mean, it would be like, she comes out of nowhere with it as well.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Seth. I
Hey,
just bit my
Cecily.
tongue.
Okay,
He's like, hey, Cecily, how's it going? She's like, I hate mutants. And he's like, what?
shit. I'm not racist, but there's mutants.
Is this episode like Peter learning that racism is bad?
If this was like a real life thing, Peter would be slowly turning black, and he'd be like trying to figure that out.
What? Oh, right, yeah, sorry. I got like distance from the episode and I was like, what? When does that happen in real life?
And then like, it's all with the equivalent of that, like him just slowly turning into a black person.
Yeah, and then you go to speak to a black guy and say, can you stop me from turning into one of you?
That's exactly what is happening, though. And he's like, well, we're trying to be okay with our blackness. And he's like, well, this is disgusting. I don't want to be black.
Yeah, it is like interesting to you think how much does he actually know about mutants?
Yeah.
He knows enough to know that you shouldn't be racist against them.
Yeah.
But not enough to know who the most famous ones are.
Yeah. Or, like, where they all live and how to, like, knock on their door, for example. Okay, so, mutant convention. We're back with Herbert Langdon, who's doing some mutant shit, talking about the mutant stuff, and all the genetics, when suddenly, boom, Hobgoblin shows up again. He blows through the ceiling, and Peter's like, his spider sense goes off, so he goes and changes into his costume. They fight for a while, and Hobgoblin blows up the ceiling and escapes. So, while this is happening, Spider-Man's obviously trying to stop people from dying because of this, and he's webbing up things, and the ceiling's threatening to collapse. He thinks he's failed, but a mysterious force stops the ceiling from collapsing, and he escapes. He has no idea what it was, he's kind of confused, but he's like, where did Hobgoblin go? Meanwhile, we're back with Beast. He's in a cage. He immediately tries to, like, escape, he grabs onto it.
I get shocked.
Gets shocked. And Herbert Langdon kind of shows him this vat of chemicals, where he's like, this is effectively a cure for mutants. He kind of explains his evil plan, which is to take all the mutants and try and get them to ingest this chemical, and when they do...
I think he's going to throw them all in that one vat.
Yeah.
Line them up.
Yeah, so he had to get all the beast hair out of it first.
Yeah.
The various, like...
Which then leads to Beast rightly calling it genocide, because he's going to, like...
Yeah.
Kill the
like,
shit out of them.
Oh, also, hold up. Like, so, you can't say the word sinister on Spider-Man anime series, you can say the word genocide.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, because they can't say murder in this show.
Yeah, but you can say genocide.
They can't say murder because they can't... They have to say, like, destroy. He
Yeah.
was destroyed. They can't say killed or whatever. I mean, maybe it's because, like, genocide... Like, when you're a kid, genocide sounds like a cool, made-up comic book word rather than a thing that actually happens.
All the time.
Yeah. Maybe they wouldn't have got away with ethnic cleansing.
That's the limit.
Yeah. I would feel extremely uncomfortable if that came up in a kid's cartoon.
It almost does. It almost goes to, like, Final Solution levels. It's ridiculous in this.
Yeah.
Like, Herbert Langdon is having a time. He talks about racial purity in this.
He didn't actually say racial
He
purity.
says purity.
Okay, he didn't say racial, though.
Yeah. So he goes like, yeah, like the human race, like, finally pure again and all that shit.
Yeah.
And he kind of reveals that Hank McCoy, back before he was just Hank McCoy, he was trying to find a cure for, like, mutancy, and that inadvertently helped him make this, like, genocide, like, bubble stuff. And they kind of dangle him over the cage, and you're like, oh no, what's going to happen to Beast now? What's going to happen to those glorious headphones that he makes? And yeah, that's kind of like a cliffhanger, which is also a cage hanger on this place. So yeah, Beast might be dead. Cut to Spider-Man hanging around on the buildings. What is he doing? He's waiting for the Hobgoblin to appear. His spider sense goes off, and he sees him flying around. And then he does a move, which you might have seen if you've ever seen Spider-Man 3.
This completely took me by surprise
This is
because
fucking
I
great.
saw him shoot this web line across this alleyway, and I thought, this is almost like that scene in Spider-Man 3 where he clotheslines Harry Osborn in his goblin gear and, like, completely fucks him up and puts him in an amnesia coma.
It, like, gives him, like, serious brain damage.
Yeah, he, like, fucks his brain up so much all he can do is, like, eat ice cream seductively and go yum.
Yeah.
Or whatever that line is.
A horrific brain injury.
Yeah. He fucked him up so bad he hit on his wife.
think he broke them up for a little while.
Yeah, he gave the movie brain damage. Turned into a cooking show for like half an hour.
That really weird, like, elaborate cooking scene that happened.
Also, I would say, like, on a more positive side of this scene, before he finds them, you're quite used to in these shows them replicating shots a lot because it's just like a cost efficient way of doing it. But the way they shoot him, like looking for Hobgoblin and then spotting him and then catching him with a web line, they use like loads of really interesting shots, and I don't know, I just like felt like it was just really well done, and I was kind of surprised at how well directed that scene was.
I feel like there's like instances of like actual like directorial competency in this entire show, which kind of just like peek themselves out and like, disappear again.
It's not even like competency, but I feel like it's like a snippet of a scene that would be like, you know, in Spider-Verse or something like that. It's just like really like intelligent filmmaking, and then
back to the bullshit.
Yeah, it's almost like they're gonna. Sometimes I feel like maybe they'd want to do the whole episode like that, but they've got to churn out a certain amount on a limited budget.
I think that's what it is. Yeah,
there's some definite budget stuff here.
Definitely some time constraints, because you remember like the bit in episode 8, I think, where like he's having like the costume fight with his symbiote stuff, and this whole like kaiju fight.
Yeah,
and that's really fucking great. You do more of that, and they just don't do it ever again.
Yeah,
and that kind of thing is something that happens quite a lot. But yeah, at this point, the Hobgoblin's on the ground. He's been like
somehow not dead,
clotheslined into a trash can.
Yeah.
And he goes like, oh, what the fuck, dude? And Spider-Man kicks the shit out of it, but it's not even a close fight this time. Spider-Man's kind of like, hey, why do you want to kill this Herbert Langdon fellow? And he's like, I don't want to kill him. He's my bankroll. To which I kind of respond, you tried to kill him. What are you doing, Hobgoblin?
Again, it's that thing of like doing criminal business shit in an insane way. Like he's doing out of an episode. He's just trying to blackmail him, but he's just doing it in a ridiculous way.
He could have easily killed him for no reason.
Yeah.
It's like snapping the goose that laid the golden neck, and just like getting that goose and just like snapping its neck. Why would you do that? Why would you like fuck with the goose, Hobgoblin?
But he reveals, right, that he's blackmailing Langdon with
the information.
The information that he's like trying to like wipe out all mutants.
He's trying to become like this like decade's Hitler, effectively. Yeah. And Spider-Man's like, I don't believe you. And then he starts to go like, oh yeah, maybe I'll unmask you and find out. But then Wolverine shows up and he's like, hey, what's happened to Beast? And he's like, how the fuck would I know? And Wolverine, in his usual like kind of restrained and like thoughtful way, immediately tries to kill Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Immediately. And like as they're fighting in what is the worst fight I've ever seen.
I think it's the best fight I've ever seen. One of them throws a trash can at the other one, and it's really funny.
It's really like, you think about it, like it's like Spider-Man, like the hero of New York, and Wolverine, the most powerful X-Men, and they're just like having a scuffle. Like
it's like neither of them have ever fought before. It's like a fight I would have. Yeah,
it's like you're like drunk at 3 a.m. outside of a club. Like your girlfriend screaming in the back, like, guys, stop it, guys, stop it. Like, no, you fucking sit there, back, yo. And it's really funny because it's like zero proficiency, and Hobgoblin kind of goes like, oh, I'm gonna go away now and escape. But not before he picks up a pumpkin bomb and he throws them at them as they writhe on the ground together. It's like a really just drunk UFC match. It's terrible. But yeah, this is the end of the episode because this is to be continued. How will Spider-Man and Wolverine get out of this one? Probably by letting go of one another. But we'll see next time. But yeah, the Hobgoblin is about to kill them both. And that's how we end.
In this fight, nobody's gonna win except me!
Jesus fucking Christ. I have here in my notes just the first 4 notes of mine are: number 1, this was an episode ago. Number 2, just capital letters, what? Capital 3, danger room? Number 4, no explanations?
Do you want to know the first note I made?
What was the first note you made?
Child army. There was no relevant place to bring that up, I just thought I'd say that.
Yeah, why not?
Just remember that Professor X is making Child Army.
He's definitely doing that. Anyway, this episode was fucking wild. I think we talk about like lots of wild episodes in the show, but this was like, the plot was like left somewhere back in Manhattan. It was insane.
I'm interested whether you like this one or not, because I'm getting the impression from how we've spoken about it that its insanity didn't quite work on you in the same way that other Insanity episodes did.
I love Insanity, but it's a bit like, do you know how you were watching like Tim and Eric before? and you were like, I can't watch 20 minutes of this.
Yeah.
This was 20 minutes of that. Where I was like, okay, stop to explain any of this. Explain any of this, please.
Yeah.
And no one would.
I've been waiting a while for us to have an episode that we actually disagree on.
Okay.
I actually like this one.
I want to like this so bad.
It reminded me of things like maybe more like episode 5 or episode 4, like one of these like villain-centric episodes which had a kind of a point to it but was also insane. Because I think that this, like, it wasn't quite as, like, a lot of the humor came from just the insanity rather than it actually being like funny. Although I will say that the line about like power of web shooters was funny, as well as the when he leaves and he goes X-Cuse me, I think is pretty sassy. I quite like that.
It's kind of mighties.
But also, and I'm sure they'll like bring this in the next episode as well, but I think some of the stuff with Beast and Wolverine was really interesting, because Beast was bringing up this stuff of like comparing Wolverine to Spider-Man in terms of them being
the same
loners.
kind of person.
Yeah, and it was kind of interesting because you think about the X-Men being this group of people who are isolated and treated awfully by society, but they come together and they make like this makeshift family and they support each other. And Spider-Man being someone who, he's not a mutant, so he hasn't got the same cause, but he kind of, when he's offered help or when he's trying to get help, he kind of goes about it in the worst way and kind of ends up isolating himself. And then Beast is kind of, it's like this X-Men instinct of like, that's a guy who's rejecting help, who needs it. We need to go help him, you know? And even if he's not a mutant,
we should help him.
Yeah, which I think makes me really like the Beast character, and also I think kind of gets to the ethos of X-Men a bit. Because Wolverine also has that reaction of like, the kind of opposite reaction of like, this guy kind of acted shitty towards me, so fuck him. You're either with us or against us sort of mentality, whereas Beast is the more pacifist,
more empathetic, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you, to be honest.
Yeah, and also I think, like, we know that Beast is right because we're following Spider-Man in these stories and we know he's a good person. If you didn't, then you might side with Wolverine because you're like, without having a context of where this guy's coming from, like, he's just coming in and being a huge asshole and then leaving.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of how a lot of interactions happen in the world.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was going to go on like a whole tangent about, like, that's just Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
How sad. We are all alone until we accept our need for others.
What I wanted to say, though, is, like, I don't disagree with you, but it's kind of like having, like, a pizza where you've got, like, really good sauce and, like, excellent cheese, lots of cool toppings, but you have no dough. So you've got this mishmash of sauce and cheese everywhere and you can't fucking eat it.
Right.
You know? And it's like, that's all that's there, but there's nothing to kind of bring it all together. It's just happening.
As well as making me hungry, you've described something that isn't as good as a pizza, but that I would still eat and enjoy. I mean...
That's my point, I guess.
Like, just a pile of cheese is something that would taste good.
Yeah, a pile of cheese and, like, great, like, ingredients, but you're like, this isn't a pizza, this is just a fucking cheese nightmare.
Yeah,
delicious cheese nightmare.
I think this is, you know, the key difference between you and me in this episode is that I will eat just a pile of cheese.
Yeah, you just eat it off, like, the floor, probably, like, just no qualms. I will admit there was probably, like, a 10-year-old boy inside of me who was like, this is fucking great. Mm-hmm. But there was also me, like, going, like, this doesn't make any goddamn sense. Who wrote that? Who wrote this shit?
Oh, I'll tell you who wrote this shit. It was actually, weirdly enough, this is credited, at least online. One of the writers credited on this episode is J.M. DeMatteis. Okay. I don't know how to say his name if I'm saying it right. He's a comic book writer who's written some of the best Spider-Man comics I've ever read.
Uh-huh.
He did Kraven's Last Hunt and a lot of Spectacular Spider-Man issues. So, some of the things I talked about last episode where we were talking about like Harry Osborn and when he becomes a Green Goblin, how like, satisfying a lot of those issues were, and a lot of that was him as well. And for some reason he's credited on this episode, and I don't know if that's an error or something, but because I thought it was because like maybe some of the characters were based on something he read, he wrote, but it turns out not. So
this is actually like in the episode.
And he has written on other animated shows as well. But I think so. He came in play here, which is kind of strange because it doesn't really have anything of his like kind of storytelling. It's a very Spider-Man the Animated Series episode in terms of just the crazy pacing and the jokes, and
Yeah.
it felt very typical of the show, but in a way that I actually enjoyed.
I think it's been done better before.
It's not in my top 3 or anything, but I think
No,
it's
I don't
actually.
hate this either, but it's just...
But I think it might even be a top 5 for me. Like,
No way. I think we guys agree to disagree on that.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad because before now we just liked all the same shit.
No, yeah. It's just... it's like pure sugar. It was like... there's no... Like, none of the beats kind of landed for me at all. Like, we were talking about Uncle Ben and all that. I was like... He literally goes like, I almost forgot about you, Uncle Ben. And from that point on, you're like, what the fuck?
You know, I think a lot of this may have worked better if it come straight in from episode 2.
Possibly.
At the end of episode 2, he's kind of... I don't know, he's been dealing with these things of his powers leaving, that's fresh in his mind, and then he goes to his local GP and finds out, like, oh yeah, you're turning into something weird and I don't know what it is. And you're like, what the fuck? I need some answers. Oh my god, I'm turning into a monster. And then that's where he comes in. But because we had that interlude with Hydro Man, it's kind of hard to track where he is, because he comes into this episode like full throttle, like fuck everyone, and it feels a bit rushed and out of nowhere.
I didn't know why the episodes were in this order.
The thing is, I think it must have been like some kind of... You know, sometimes TV things get like...
Shuffled around
because of just behind the scenes bullshit.
Yeah. Like
I think
production shit. Like.
Yeah, I feel like it must have been that kind of thing.
It has to have been.
I almost thought that maybe we'd made a mistake or something and watched out of order if it wasn't for the fact that it is listed as episode 4, and it is the Neogenic Nightmare Part 4.
Yeah. I think possibly to that point, I think maybe if we come straight out of it, it would make more sense, but like there's no grounding for this in the current context. You know? And that's the thing that kind of like irks me a bit. I'm sure by like the next episode it'll kind of feel a bit more coherent. But yeah, like that was a fucking ride. It was a fucking ride. And roller coasters, they're a thing.
Can't wait to tune in next week and find out if Beast puts any clothes on.
Spoiler alert, no. No, he doesn't.
No, he takes more off.
Yeah. We get some like Beast Red Rocket.
The fun gets smaller and smaller. It just pushes the limits of material.
But I know he's wearing like a G-string. Or an X-string.
Oh shit. What would be the point of that?
I don't know. It would be more painful if anything.
I'm sure they wore that in the 90s. Like, Emma Frost probably wore an X-string.
She wear one of those like Borat mankinis.
I mean, you're saying that, but there are like female characters in Marvel comics who wear that.
Oh god.
You know, where it's like the material is just covering a nipple.
Yeah.
Like
it's
just about.
This is like legally the least material I could wear.
Like if they moved their arm slightly, everything would come out.
Yeah, it would just like twang across the room.
It just fires off into the sunset.
Yeah. Like the limit of elastic potential energy just like goes out there, blinding someone on the way. Even there's like an alternate origin to Daredevil, was like he's walking down the street with a 10-year-old boy and then like a thong hits him in the eye.
Yeah, Beast's thong. It's fired into his eyes.
Yeah.
This mutant thong gave him superpowers.
The ball sweat dripped into his eyes and blinded him.
Radioactive ball sweat.
Oh,
what an embarrassing origin.
Oh yeah, it was chemicals. Just regular old chemicals.
Just toxic waste, it's fine.
Just very toxic waste.
Before we get even more off track, maybe we should tell people to check us out on social media.
If you want to after this episode.
Yeah, we promise it's not all like this.
This is like probably going to be like the only one this happens to.
But we have our Facebook, we have our Tumblr and our Twitter and our Instagram, which is all under That 90s SM Show.
Yes, it is.
And then we've also, you can email us at the 90s spidermanshow@gmail.com.
No hyphen.
No hyphen.
Just to be sure.
Even though there is a hyphen, technically.
Yeah, there's a hyphen in the actual like character's name, but not in our email address.
Yeah.
Just all one word, please. And yeah, like if you hadn't noticed, this is the end of the episode. There's no comic book origin in this one because we decided to kind of leave it for the next one long, and you'll see why soon.
Rate, review.
Maybe like lead to review after this episode. Maybe.
Yeah, review after next one. Where we'll talk about balls less.
We don't know that. I can make no promises.
Yeah, I think I got all like my weird comments about beasts out of my system.
I don't know.
So next time we can talk about like someone else's butt.
I don't know. There's a little butts in the show, actually. Good God, we need to end this podcast. Right, stop talking about butts. Jesus Christ.
You could say bye. Bye.
Bye, guys. I'm so sorry. Go about your lives. Sorry for wasting your time for an hour and a half. Oh my God.